Welcome and good morning to Mike Ferry TV, the week of August 15th. The month is flying by. I think a lot of the school districts are going back to school this week and next week, so that will give, of course, a little bit of freedom to a lot of the moms and dads that are working in real estate. And right now, it's a matter of pushing hard through the end of the year. We started last week by giving you 10 thoughts about the importance of working on appointments. I got an email and asking, so Mike, you don't talk about this very often, this thing about appointments. How did it come up? And it actually came up because on my desk and on my credenza, I had looked for something in particular, and I found these notes from the old 4-day action workshop from probably 5 years ago. And I was looking at the notes. I went, wow, there's that information on setting appointments. We need to reintroduce that. So you're going to be hearing more about this, because the truth is, as we said last week, if you're not going on appointments all the time, and I'm going to repeat this week again, you're really not in the real estate business. And I don't know what business you're in, but we are in the business of going on appointments with buyers and sellers and effectively, successfully getting contracts signed. I gave you 10 points last week. I'm going to go to number 11 this week. We have to get clear on this thought, and this thought will sound a little unusual to many of you. Setting 1 to 2 appointments a week is 90% mental, 5% who I'm calling, and 5% the skills that I have. However, if your skills are poor, you will be defeated mentally before you pick up the phone and call. If by chance you attended our Superstar Retreat in July in Las Vegas, virtually the entire 4 days was on the various skills that a real estate professional like yourself have to learn, acquire, maintain, develop, and keep growing. And one of those skills is understanding the importance of appointments. Because I don't understand what a real estate person will do in an office 4, 5, 6, 8 hours a day, not do any prospecting at all, not do any lead follow-up at all, not doing any pre-qualifying of appointments if they even have one, or not going on appointments. So what is your business? What are you actually doing? What are you trying to accomplish? And as we talk a little bit further in this morning's conversation, are you waiting for people to discover you because of your social media posts? And let's say you get discovered once in a great while. Do you think you're going to be discovered often enough to do 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 transactions a year? And the answer is emphatically no. And if you don't have the skill of knowing what to say, even if you're discovered, nothing's going to happen. Number 12. We have to create an office environment, home or at the office, where prospecting, lead follow-up, and finding appointments is our primary focus. The focus of the day should be talking to people, following up on the leads you have, and setting appointments. An attorney, and a doctor, an accountant, their whole life is about appointments. They don't get paid unless they're working with a prospect and or a client. We are in that same category. And the nice part about real estate today, with the prices being so high, you get paid a lot of money if you're going on appointments. Number 13, I have to have a strong pre-prospecting routine if I want to get a lot of appointments. Pre-prospecting routine, we talked about it 30 years ago, and that is the fact that you're up at a certain time each day. You're doing whatever meditation or relaxation techniques or exercise. You're getting dressed professionally to go to the office and do your job. You show up at a certain time. You have your lead sources prepared from the night before who you're going to call. You're not on social media first thing. You're not answering emails. You're not looking for texts. You're doing your job. But it's all set up by what you did before you started doing your job. Number 14, and this is a tough one. It really doesn't matter where the appointment comes from. Just try to find one person a day that wants to talk to you about buying or selling real estate. It doesn't matter where it comes from. People are always saying to me all the time, well, where do they come from? It doesn't matter where they come from. The question is not where are they coming from, is are you looking for them? And if you're looking for them, you're going to find them. Number 15 on the list, you always have to keep your 3 or 4 or 1 or 2 hottest leads with you at all times. And of course, we recommend a very complicated system, a 3x5 card, name, address, phone number, contact information, email, the date you got the lead, and the date you would like to set where you get an appointment by a given period of time. Call them 2-3 times a day if you have to. Because, see, you have to go back to this thought. If they gave you their name and number and want to talk about real estate, isn't that an invitation to you and I to call them back? Well, Mike, what if they say you're being too aggressive? And I understand that. It comes up if you're aggressive, and congratulations in advance if you're aggressive. And if somebody says to you, you're too aggressive, I want to demonstrate what I'm going to do to help you get your home sold. You do want an aggressive agent, don't you? Number 16, to maximize the appointment you get, you must build your center of influence on a daily basis. The target should be for everybody to get to at least 500 names. And anybody that is working at it every day can get to 500 names, and it might take 3, 6, 9, 12 months. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Get to 500 names, and then you call and talk to 5 to 10 of them a day. They're the ones that are going to be the friendly conversations that we all want to have. Number 17, to get more appointments, we need to expand our prospecting sources. The majority of agents, and even the most successful, get locked into 1 or 2 prospecting techniques. And I will admit for myself 100 years ago as a real estate agent, I happen to like knocking on doors and being in conversations with people. I like doing just listed, just sold doors because now I can brag about something that we had done as a company. I really enjoyed for sale by owners because most people would call on them once, meaning a real estate agent, get rejected and then never call on them again. And I would go back the second and third time and just say, just in case you've changed your mind, I want you to know there's somebody here on your side. And I enjoyed calling on expired listings because they have already said, we want to sell the home. And of course, who does the expired listing blame? The real estate agent every time. And normally it's a pricing problem. That's today, whether it be now or 10, 20, 30 years ago. And of course, we know that the expired listings are in abundance today because the fact that we listed all these properties 3, 6, 9 months ago this year at prices here, and the price is now here, and we're not good at getting price reductions, so expired listings are more in play. Number 18, to maximize the appointments you get, set up stronger accountability for yourself. Role play partners, accountability partners, mastermind group, your broker, your manager. If you have a coach, tell them what you want to do, tell them what you're going to accomplish, and have them remind you of what you said, as well as you reminding yourself of what you said. Accountability is a big part of getting appointments. Number 19, remember our job is to offer great service, not disservice. If you have leads and you don't call and ask for an appointment, aren't you in essence doing a disservice? And the answer is yes. And once you perform that disservice enough times, and it becomes a habit of not calling your leads, you won't call your leads at all. And you'll be saying to yourself, well, they should be calling me. Don't they know who I am? And of course, the answer is no, they don't know who you are. And then, of course, number 20, which I've already brought up, if you don't have appointments all the time, you're out of the real estate business. How much of your average week do you really spend in the real estate business? Because real estate in its simplest form is prospecting, presenting, and closing. In a more expanded form, it's prospecting, lead follow-up, setting appointments, pre-qualifying, going on appointments, handling objections, closing, and negotiating. Think about that and what percentage of your week is spent in those activities. Give it some thought. Have a great week. Remember, it's August 15th. It may be time for some people in real estate to decide to go to work to make the fourth quarter as good as you want it to be. We're here to help if you want some assistance. Thanks.